Friday, 7th of November, 2025 at 5:34 p.m. here in Snohomish, Washington, United States of America. Welcome once again to our cosmic journey. It is your Dev and Design Astrology podcast. That is a designer and a dev, and who has a little bit of like a hat in a hat by using the same kind of background.
I did this background for the release video.
Eagle-eyed viewers will have noticed that this... Hello, Trey.
Hello, Jake.
Eagle-eyed viewers will have noticed that this background was in a video that you probably skimmed lightly.
Or probably didn't even watch at all.
Probably didn't even watch. So this might be the first time that you've seen it, and that's okay, because most people don't even watch our podcast. How are you doing?
I'm doing really good, actually. Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm lovely. We're in different places, but we're in the same room. I don't know. It just feels like shadow period of Mercury retrograde that's happening right now. And we are reflecting that in the disorder that is our podcast. Today's episode is ordering carryout. We will do export and import. There's a good reason why we do that in a different order than normally what people will say with those two words. And we'll talk a little bit about mobile, or as I like to call that, oh, they did a wheel. And then we'll give thanks. But before we get to all of that, we, of course, need to start where we always do with the check-in question. Mr. Henry, that is yours. Go forth, be well, let's do it.
A reality TV show, which some would say you're a fan of, has optioned you to write an episode, or I guess you don't really write reality TV shows.
That's kind of famously the point that you're not supposed to write.
Yeah, you don't write them. Okay,
you're not supposed to.
They want you to create the sort of the theme. What reality TV show and what theme would you want them to do?
I think the question that you wanted to ask was, you had a reality TV show and you had to smash it with another reality TV show to create some bricolage.
Ooh, like a mishmash?
A mishmash format. What is your reality TV?
You can interpret my question that way.
Mishmash format. This is not my question at all. I didn't just rewrite it. I would absolutely do Love is Blind Baking. Love is blind, and blind baking is what you do in the Great British Bake Off to make sure that you don't have a soggy bottom. So it is the Great British Bake Off and Love is Blind. Love is Blind Baking. Make sure to bring your baking beans and your therapist session, because we're here to work through your issues with love now through pie.
I do kind of love that. Actually, I could perfectly picture a sort of like the coziness of Great British Bake Off plus the just like rancorous ridiculousness.
Yeah, it would be a very difficult tone to set. I don't know if we're going for coziness or if we're going for drama, especially in the US version of Love is Blind, which is just awful. Season 9, we should talk about this for a second. Nick Lachey, Vanessa Lachey, huge fans of the podcast, I'm sure. You should be ashamed of yourself for putting those people from Denver. That show taught me to never be single in Denver, Colorado. Like, there's no way. It's too weird. Anyways, what about you? What is your takeout that you do that is mashing two, I guess we'll say, television formats together into a delicious new meal that's nutritious and served hot?
I want to have a mashup of the reality TV show Living for the Dead, which is about sort of paranormal investigators who are all queer going around to haunted places and solving the haunting mystery, with Go for the Gold, which is a go-go dancer reality TV show.
I'm glad that you're
and it's Go for the Ghost.
Go for the Ghost. You don't have to go ghost. Just go.
Just ghost.
Just ghost.
This stuff writes itself.
I don't want you to go ghost. Just ghost. So go for the ghost.
You perform either exorcisms or possibly do paranormal investigations, but with like a whole like song number that's done like scantily clad. I don't know.
Perfect. Yeah. Go for the Ghost is kind
so we have we have
Love is Blind Baking.
Love is Blind Baking and Go for the Ghost.
Those are really good.
Those are
you
both
know,
good
we're not
ideas.
even
You know what?
that talented of like comedic partners.
Yeah.
And yet I feel like even though we're not laughing, that's pretty funny.
That's good. Yeah. That's good stuff.
All right, Mr. Henry, let's move on. Good check-in, everyone.
Good check-in.
Great. Why don't we talk a little bit about export and import and why we say it in that order? Go for it.
Okay, so we are here in Cosmic,
We are here in Cosmic.
which you all know and love.
If you haven't downloaded it yet, cosmic.plumbing,
Yeah.
come on,
Go get it.
please.
Go get it while it's hot off the presses. It's getting long in the tooth. It's
We're in version 3 now, right?
0.3.
Excuse me, version 0.
Major version 0.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's still in preview release. We're getting to a V1. We actually spent a portion of this week doing
Thinking about
our
that.
long-term planning for that, which we're very excited about.
Exactly.
As we begin to think about how we're going to transition from what we have today to what we will have tomorrow, and also in living up to our sort of ideals of your data is yours. We're going to have sync and all of these other things that we've talked about. However, you should just be able to say, like, give me my data, I'm going to take it and run with it or do something else with it or whatever. Now, there is no standardized file format for astrology software, but we might make one. However, you can now get an export of data and import data. So when you export data, right now I just have this like one chart. I just went through the first run experience, so there's like nothing in here. But if I click export data, boop, it just
bounces
downloads a file. And then when you, if you have one of these saved files, which by the way, if you're a nerdy person, it's just a JSON file. It's like completely human readable. You could drop that into a JSON formatter and completely see what's in there. We're not hiding anything from you. And then you can drag this file onto this import data. And if you do that, you will see that we give you a little summary, basically saying that this is what we found in there. We found a chart. We didn't find any perspectives, so we import your perspectives. Also, your settings are exported and imported. And then if you choose to import it, it will overwrite the existing chart. Jake has not seen this dialogue yet.
I have not.
He's clutching his pearls that it's terrible.
Designed in a way that is fine.
That is fine.
Yes.
It's very information dense, which,
I hate that.
Trey likes. So anyway, but then, and then you can click import and nothing happens right at the moment because it's, this will be done very shortly. But
imagine it's amazing.
Yeah, and basically it'll just take you back to the chart list page and you will have all of your data imported. That is export and import.
And the reason we say that is because you only can import the data you export from Cosmic, because we are not reading the file formats of any other astrology software. And if you've used any other astrology software, you'll know exactly why, because the way in which the astrology software is designed from a UI perspective is just as good as how it's designed from a file format perspective. And
just imagine
I was just going to say, there's this idea that you can obfuscate things in a file format. I don't know if that was purposely done or accidentally done, but regardless, it is done.
It was done. Yeah, it's like you took 2 or 3 software engineers and put them on mushrooms and acid, and then we're like, now come up with a file format for how you save astrology software. I don't believe that it was obfuscated intentionally.
No, I don't think so either.
Like if you went in front of a judge, they would say like, yeah, you were on acid when you came up with this.
Allegedly. They were allegedly on acid when they came up with it. Okay, let's talk a little bit about mobile and how I know that you all want your astrology on your phones, and you also want it on your desktops, and you want it on your tablets, and you want it in the web.
And we're doing that.
And we're doing that. That's great for you. But eventually. But when we say we're going to put astrology on your phone, I think everyone thinks that it looks like this. Oh, look, it's a chart on a phone, or it's a chart on a phone, or it's a really bad marketing image of a chart on a phone.
It looks like it's AI generated.
Or it's a chart on the phone. And like when we talk about astrology software needing to be hotter, like this is one of those things. Like, why in the world would you take a format that was round, essentially is a square, and then try to jam it into a thing that is like long? It's this way, like longwise. It just doesn't look it's hard to read. It's hard to use.
It's a round peg in a rectangular hole.
It's a round peg in that rectangular hole. No other comments are needed. No other comments are needed. Thank you. And we are going to take that round peg and we're going to put it somewhere else. And instead, we're going to give you a nice linear peg that goes in your linear phone. This peg's going to fit. I'm sorry, Mom.
Yeah, because it is, I think people, including me, sometimes get very pent up about their tools and how the representation of this stuff, particularly when it comes to kind of like occult things, it is important that you have these sort of like data visualizations that represent the stuff in the way that you need in order to perform your practice.
Yeah.
But it's also important for us to keep in mind that these data visualizations are not static. They're not written in stone. Many times, like you do not have to go back that far, and charts did not look like this at all.
Yeah, this data visualization, you might like to think that this has been the way that the Babylonians drew their charts. They didn't.
They didn't.
I mean, certainly not on a phone, but they certainly didn't draw circles. No, they were mostly.
They didn't even really draw squares. They just they wrote
just
down
writing them down.
Yeah, they wrote down your like big three on a shard of pottery,
which is called ostraca. And then later we had square charts, and then we've got other forms that make sense also for other practical uses. Like we've got synastry, we've got dials. And I know that like the stuff we're showing over here is just like one moment in a chart, but like this idea that it canonically must be a circle. We need to be disabused of that, especially if the format doesn't make sense for it. Please.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I think, if you think about night sky software, right? Like very adjacent to astrology software, where, you can point your phone up at the sky, or you could just, you have like a star field on the phone and you can kind of scroll around. They don't show you a dome. They don't show you like a whole sphere and try to like represent all of that on a rectangle. That doesn't.
And
make
if they do, that's just one view of many views
that you can use to get like more detail and more nuance out of the very small real estate that you're operating in. For anybody who's clutching their pearls that like, oh my God, they're saying they're not going to do round charts. Like, first of all, calm down.
We will.
Second of all,
it's a ticket. I'm not happy about it. We'll do it.
Yeah. But second of all, just think about like what your workflow is. Like, don't think about how it's represented, but think about what you're trying to accomplish. Like I'm doing an election. I'm looking at somebody's natal chart. I've just met them at a psychic fair and I'm putting their data into my phone because my phone is the thing that I have here. And I want to quickly interpret their big three. Maybe I want to bring up the zodiacal releasing periods. What are you trying to do in that moment? What are you trying to accomplish? And what we want to do is give you a set of tools that help you to accomplish that in the best way possible. And a circular chart is not always the best option.
Nope. We're going to give you different options. You're going to love them.
Yeah.
Let that sink in.
Let that sink in.
Other than the idea of pegs and holes, what do you think the good viewer should take away from this episode and do with the rest of their weekend, Mr. Henry? By the way, if you hear an earthquake upstairs, it's our nephew, our grandnephew.
Yeah, appreciate the children that make noise in your life.
Appreciate the children. Make sure they're doing crimes. Be well. Take care. Have yourself a lovely day, a lovely weekend, or whatever day you watch this video. We will see you again next week. We love seeing your beautiful faces every single week.
You're all wonderful.
You're all wonderful. I'm sorry I'm so salty about those circular charts, but
he's still singing about it.
Goodbye.
Bye.